folks, Guns Gear, on target training out here in Oregon. Before we get started, if you enjoy our content, please like, subscribe, and share the video with friends and family. All right, today we are going to talk about a red dot. This is the RMSc by Cyelee. It's a Chinese company. Its price point is very affordable. It's right around $100. And the sight comes as a 3 MOA. It allows, the setup of it allows you to use these backup iron sights that are part of the unit itself. Now, when doing that, my knock of this is the fact that the iron sights on the rear do not allow the front sight and the rear sight without the optic to shoot to point of aim. So the front sight with the rear sight is not a perfect alignment, which means for me at any distance, I was shooting about 2 inches high when I was just using the iron sight. So my point of aim was about 2 inches lower from the impact. So that would suggest that these sights are low in relation to the front sight, which then would create a situation where I'm actually impacting higher than the sights if they were aligned perfectly. Now, granted, the red dot is set up to be used on several different types of compact pistols, and therefore, right, it's probably the best they can get for something that is a compromise that's not actually set up specifically, exclusively for the Sig P365XL that the red dot is on right now. So it has adjustments on the for decreasing the optic or the dot, and a plus for increasing it. If I hold either one of those down for about 3 seconds, the dot will go off. Hold it on for 3 seconds, push it on for 3 seconds, the dot will come on. It does give a good range of really cranking it very, very, very low in terms of brightness up to a very bright light that I'm sure if it were, really sunny outside, you'd be able to see just fine. And as you can see right here, we have that nice clean dot. We do have the ability still to see the sights, the front and rear sights. However, they are on the extreme low end of the window. So could you use the iron sights if the red dot went down? Yeah, you could. In my mind, it'd be better if it were seated just a little lower. But I shot about 200 rounds with the optic on it, and it shot fine. It held at 0. I thought it worked great. I was getting quick hits on steel, shooting multiple targets, no problem whatsoever, which is one of the advantages, of course, of a red dot optic like this one. Now, time will tell how this does over time. Will it stand up from a durability standpoint and reliability standpoint to some of the other higher end, more popular red dots out there? However, if you're, really don't have a lot of money to spend, you want to test out a red dot, get a sense of, do you want to continue using it or upgrading, right? This would be a good place to start. As I said, for our training yesterday and the rounds that we shot, it worked great, no problem. And again, red dot for me, with my eyes being able to be target focused, come straight out, pick up the dot, it's right there, press the shot. So the other knock I have is to adjust elevation and windage. We have to this little, very, very small screw. And they send you a tool to adjust it. But having to use something that is so specialized like that and maybe losing the tool, dropping it at the range, I've been known to lose tools at the range, that's a problem. And so that's something I wish they would have used, just a bigger screw that you would be able to get into and use, a basic, toolkit. This is not a typical size screw head that you're going to carry around, that small of a screw driver to be able to adjust this quickly. Nevertheless, our adjustment, I actually used a bore sight tool, just a 9mm laser, and sighted it in at 10 yards and went to the range. And it was pretty much right on. I was like, oh, okay, this is cool. And it shot well, it shot fine. And I was pretty impressed because I wasn't expecting much. Okay, there we go. You can see it right there. That's the dot, and that's, you know, we'll crank it up a little bit. That's plenty bright, guys. No problem. And then the other way, we'll take it back down. And that's about where I like it. Not too bright, but bright enough to see. So I think it's a good value for the price point. Again, especially if you're new to red dots, you don't want to sink a bunch of money into it. You're not even sure if you're going to like red dots. I mean, red dots have a training curve that you have to go through. And if you shot iron sights for a super long time, like I have, it is hard. You know, there's a period of transition where you have to go back to really focusing on the target versus the front sight. So if you go through that training regimen and you go through the regular practice and dry practice with it, you'll get up to speed quickly. And most people really enjoy shooting with a red dot. Well, guys, that's a quick look at the Cyelee RMSc, the 3 MOA red dot that's riding on this Sig P365XL. Thanks so much for watching. Finally, and as always, stay safe.